Welcome to Discernment Meditations with Delores, the pastor's daughter.
Here's what to expect.
Discernment meditations involve practices that help individuals develop the ability to make sound judgments, gain insight, and differentiate between various aspects of life. These meditations often focus on cultivating mindfulness, self-awareness, and a deep understanding of one's thoughts and emotions. Here are some discernment meditation techniques that we will practice on this channel. Number 1, mindfulness observations. In this practice, you will sit comfortably and bring your attention to your breath. You will observe your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without judgment. You will notice the rising and the passing away of sensations, allowing yourself to remain detached and objective. Number 2, reflective meditation involves choosing a specific theme or question for reflection, such as a decision you need to make or a challenge you're facing. You'll contemplate the various aspects of the situation, considering the pros and cons, without attachment to a particular outcome. The third is the body scan meditation. In this meditation, you will lie down or sit comfortably and focus your attention on different parts of your body. You will notice any tension, discomfort, or sensations. This practice can help you become more aware of how your body responds to different thoughts and emotions. The fourth is journaling. In this practice, you will write down your thoughts, your feelings, and your observations. You will explore your experiences and consider alternative perspective. Reviewing your journal can provide insights into patterns and recurring themes. And number 5 is silent contemplation. In this practice, you'll find a quiet place and sit in stillness. You will allow thoughts to come and go without getting attached to them. You will practice observing the nature of your mind and gaining clarity. Number 6 is gratitude meditation. In this practice, you will focus on aspects of your life for which you are grateful. You will recognize the positive elements and acknowledge their impact on your well-being. This can help you gain perspective and discern what truly matters to you. Number 7 is the loving kindness meditation. In this practice, you will extend feelings of love and compassion to yourself and others. You will cultivate empathy and understanding, which can enhance your ability to discern the motives and needs of yourself and others. Number 8 is mindful decision making. When you're faced with a decision, it's best to take some time to mindfully consider the options. In this practice, you pay attention to your intuition and your gut feelings. You'll notice any resistance or enthusiasm that arises with each choice. Number 9 is the mantra meditation. In this practice, you will repeat a meaningful mantra or affirmation. This can help clear the mind, allowing you to gain clarity and insight into your thoughts and feelings. And finally, number 10 is the walking meditation. In this practice, you will engage in mindful walking, paying attention to each step and your surroundings. You will use this time to reflect on specific questions or challenges you face. Remember that discernment is a skill that can be developed over time. Consistent practice of these meditation techniques can contribute to greater self-awareness and the ability to make wise and informed decisions. Thank you for tuning into Discernment Meditations with Delores, the pastor's daughter. I love you, and remember, you are important to me. I need you to survive. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Go ahead and get your writing supplies together. I am queuing up our timer so that we can go ahead and get started. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. You are in the writing lab with Delores, the pastor's daughter. Come on, y'all. I'm trying to get our things situated. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see. Let me get my timer together, y'all. If you are new here, welcome. Okay, first of all. And secondly, let me just give you a quick lay of the land, let you know what to expect while you are here in the lab. Here we do two 50-minute writing sprints where we write for 50 minutes. We do 50 minutes of focused work. So that could be actively writing your book. It could be research, outlining, putting prompts into your chat GPT, kind of conceptualizing your book. Anything that's moving you forward. It could be even recording. Let's say that you are doing a story time series and you like to use this time to create your story time series. Now would be a wonderful time, and you can do that right here in the lab. And so right after our 50-minute writing sprint, we do a 10-minute movement break. So usually I'm here standing on my vibration plate. Okay, and that's what I do for my movement break, and then I come back and talk to y'all, try to give y'all some really good writing nuggets, some good motivation, inspiration, and just to let you know, this is your accountability group. Okay, so this is the group where we write together and we hold each other accountable. So today is March the 9th, 2026, and our little quote for the day says, "Life is a playground." Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all agree with that? I think in a way there's some truth to it. So let's get right on into the book that accompanies this writing lab. It is the Tell the Truth Daughter series, and this is a manual series that will help you to write your book. Because see, I know, okay, I already know that y'all been saying, I can write a book. I need to write a book. I should write a book. Well, this is your time. Like, this is your sign that it's time to write your book. So we are going right along with the chapters in the book. And this is our 4th week of doing our writing labs. So make sure if you haven't been tuning in, you can go back and watch those lives and catch up to us, okay? Whenever you get a chance. So chapter 4, and this is part 2 of the Tell the Truth Daughter series, and it's called, the name of this part is Writing Your Memoir with Courage. Writing Your Memoir with Courage. And chapter 4 is what belongs in your book. So think about this. When you start writing a memoir, it's tempting to include everything. I know you that's where your mind wants to first go. You probably want to put things like in chronological order. This is what happened when I was 1. This is what happened when I was 2. This is what happened, you know what I mean? And you want to do it like that, but that's not how it goes, okay? Every memory, every slight, every argument, every detail, you finally see in hindsight. But your story becomes powerful and publishable, okay? Hear me, okay? Because you want it to be powerful and publishable, okay? When you learn, let me go back. But your story becomes powerful and publishable when you learn to choose the moments that shaped you. Okay, this is not a chronological account of your life. Okay, that's not what memoir is. Memoir is the accounts and the memories and the moments and the events that shaped you. Okay, which you, the you are today, the you that understands what you went through, that has clarity, that has discernment, that walks in courage and confidence now, that has had a breakthrough or transformation. That's the you. The you that we want to hear from is the you that is healed from what you've been through. And now you can give us some really good nuggets about your experience. Okay. So not every moment deserves a chapter, but every chapter deserves meaning. Okay. Start by identifying the turning points. And I'm going to give you 3 of the turning points. Okay. These are the scenes where something clicked, something cracked, or something felt wrong. Okay. Something clicked, something cracked, or something felt wrong. Okay. Now, that's it. We're not talking anymore right now until we get to our 10-minute movement break. Let me go ahead and stop my vibration plate for now, and let's go ahead and get started writing. Okay, everybody, let's get started.
All right, y'all. How was it? How was that session? That was our first 50-minute writing session. I think it went very well. Hold on, y'all. Let me take off these shoes. The shoes is making me a little too tall for the camera. All right. So, how was that last session for y'all? Are y'all writing according to the theme that we talk about at the beginning of the live, or do you just kind of like do your own thing? Like, do you already have a like a vision for what you're trying to do, and then you just go for that, or do y'all look forward to the live stream prompts and all of that stuff, and then go based off of that? So y'all let me know in the chat. Also, in the chat, I just put in the links for you to get the Tell the Truth Daughter um, companion manual. Now, keep in mind when you go and get this manual, it's not going to look like this. I've already updated it since these sessions, but it still has all the same great information. And in fact, I put a little bit more information in there for y'all just to enhance it a bit. So y'all can grab that in my bookstore. Also, go ahead and grab my memoir so you guys know, basically why I'm talking about this, and kind of like the memoir that kind of sparked this whole movement, the whole Tell the Truth Daughter movement that was based off of my memoir, at least the first version of my memoir series. Um, so you can check that out in my bookstore. So yeah, make sure y'all grab that. Also, I've been sipping on some delicious delish coffee, and this is the instant coffee with the chicory collagen blend. So y'all can grab that as well. All of those links are right there in the description and in the comments. Okay, y'all. So we talked about earlier what goes in your memoir. Now, here's one thing that I want you to keep in mind as you're writing. Depending on where you are, what stage you're in, you should probably not be editing yourself right now. So, when I talked about what belongs in your memoir and what doesn't belong in your memoir, don't worry about cutting anything out. In fact, in the beginning phases, I suggest that you just write about everything, because you really don't know what stories you're going to be able to pull out of your experiences. So it's best to just talk about all the experiences. Like, go ahead and write about everything, if that's what you want to do. Because like I said, you just really don't know. And what I'm teaching in the intensive is for you to pull out about 16 scenes, about 16 events. And don't think about this as an intimidating way, because you do have all those experiences. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really not a lot, especially if you're like, if you're probably over like 20 years old, you've had those experiences, especially in this day and age. Okay. You may not realize it, but you do. So don't think that writing memoir is specific to like any type of age group or anything like that. Like, don't think, oh, I'm only 40, I'm only 30 something, do I have enough of, a lived experience? I lived enough life to write a memoir? Yeah, you do. Because a memoir is not a chronology of your life. It's not an account of your life. It's about events that shaped you. Okay? This is what we talked about in the beginning. Because I realize I'm probably going to have to convince a good handful of y'all that you have lived enough life to write a memoir. Okay? You could be in your early 40s. You could be in your 30s. You could be in your 20s. And you could write a memoir. Okay? So my objective here is to get you to look at it from a position of discernment. Making discernment be the foundation that you build your memoir and that you tell your stories from. Like, you're building on that. Because discernment is it's something that, you hear the word a lot these days, but there's still a lot of people who don't know what it means, let alone how to spell it, y'all. Okay. So, I want you all to, I want to normalize using the word discernment, but also understanding what it means and understanding how you use it in your everyday life. I promise you, you already use it. Okay. You already use it in some areas of your life. But more often than not, we're not using it in critical areas of our life, or we're not using it in every area of our life, right? So when I was going through a lot of like my daddy issues, and that's where a lot of my issues stem from, is from my relationship, things that I witnessed my father do, experiences, discrepancies, manipulation, deception, those types of things that I witnessed from my father that really shaped who I am today, but it really shaped my discernment. And I realized at a certain point that there was like there's things that happen like in a natural sense, but there's also things that happen spiritually. And so sometimes when you see that there's a lot of like manipulation and stuff going on, then spiritually it may be some type of like attack on your mind, attack on your boundaries that ultimately like create a person who they want you to be, a person that they can abuse, a person that can be misused. And sometimes those things are intentional and sometimes they're not. Sometimes, our very first relationships, like our relationships with our parents, really shaped who we are. We had liars for parents, we had deceivers, we had manipulators, we had two-faced parents. I mean, because like you see these people every day, but you don't realize that these people have kids, and like there is an experience that their kids have of them that shaped them because they were brought up in that, you know what I mean? So it's like they grew up with that experience and with that parent. So you see like highly deceptive people, but you got to think these people had kids. They could have duplicated themselves, you know what I mean? Or they could have created kids who were very resistant, like I was, and who like bucked against the system at every turn. You see what I'm saying? So some of us came up through it like in a different way. Either way it goes, your story is important. And the evolution and the transformation that you experience is important. And it doesn't matter if you're 20, if you're 30, if you're 40, if you're 70, if you're 80, 90, child. Because you can even get to the point where it's like, oh, I'm too old. You know what I mean? It's always be a reason why you will talk yourself out of writing your book. But I'm trying to talk you into it. And I know if you're here and if you're listening, especially because this is in the middle of the session, that you really have a desire to write your book and that you really want to do this and that you really know that you really have a story in you, that needs to come out. And that while you're going through this process, is going to be a healing journey for you. That's the type of daughter that I want to talk to, is someone who is telling the truth, but also realizing that you may relive some of these traumatic experiences. And I want you to be in a safe space here with me, where we can like kind of walk through that together. I did the same thing. I had to go through, reliving childhood trauma as I was telling my story and writing my book, and it was tough. And a lot of people tell you don't write a book while you're doing that, but a lot of this stuff is going to come back up while you're writing your book, and you just can't avoid that, But you could totally use this as a therapeutic experience as well, and document that and write about that. That could become the second volume in your memoir series, is how you were able to write the first one, and the transformation that happens from writing that first book. You see what I'm saying? So once you begin to write your story and your transformation, your evolution, your growth, it's like it takes on a whole other like thing, like a whole other trajectory. And I want y'all to lean into that. But I also want you to be in a safe space where you know that that's happening, and you know that I've already experienced that. I'm just, a couple steps ahead of y'all, in that I already have my book out. It's an international bestseller. And I've written other books. I also have the other volumes in my memoir series that I haven't released yet, but are coming, So you have someone who, is on the same path as you, just a few steps ahead of you. But I'm a few steps ahead enough to know what you're going to encounter, what you're going to expect. And so I can, warn you. You know what I'm saying? And be here for you as you go through those same steps. So, that's my motivation for this. And I really hope that y'all are getting a lot out of it. I think you are. I know I am. It's giving me a lot of clarity and a lot of vision about how I can serve you all better. And so I'm grateful for that. All right, we only got a few more seconds left, and then we're going to get right back into our writing. And we're going to do one more 50-minute focused writing session, y'all. And you will be so surprised, y'all. We are already in our 4th week. I have accomplished so much, and I know that you will too, okay? So let's go ahead and get back started. Let's get back started writing. Um, we did that. We listen, round of applause. Y'all should be so proud of yourselves. I'm proud of y'all. Okay, I'm proud of us. We did it. Okay, we made it through another session. This was day 1 of our 4th week. Y'all, we have been going, like, we're into our 4th week of consistently going live at 6 a.m. writing together. Y'all, that's major. If you are just now getting started with us, please make sure you go back and watch those previous lives. Don't just watch them, but actually do the writing session that goes with it. So in order to catch up, what you can do is do a live writing session with us in the mornings at 6 a.m. like we did today. And then in the evening time, do another session. Or you can kind of flip it around if you're just now starting. Let this be your week 1, and then you go back at the in 2 weeks, because we'll end these at after 6 weeks. So then this could be your week 1, and then the previous week 1 will be your week 4. If that makes sense. Okay. If it doesn't make sense, let me know in the chat, or y'all can inbox me, and then I can explain that a little bit better. But basically, if you're just getting started, then this is your starting point, and what we've already accomplished will then be your second point. Okay, will be your midpoint. So you just start there, and that'll be your week 4. So our previous week 1 will be your new week 4. So if that doesn't make sense, just let me know. But if you have been sticking with us, you did 2 50-minute writing sessions, 2 of those, y'all. And then we did 1 10-minute movement break. In the beginning, we did a meditation. And then we talked about our writing prompt for the day. So make sure y'all go back and watch that, okay? Because these writing prompts build on each other throughout the week. So we're on chapter 4 right now. We're going to complete chapter 4 by the end of the week. Okay, if that makes sense. And then we'll be into chapter 5 next week. We'll complete chapter 5 next week. And so on, okay? So make sure y'all like the video on your way out. Make sure you check out the links that I put in the description and in the comment section. It's a link to my bookstore where you can grab the Tell the Truth Daughter manual, as well as my international best-selling memoir, The Pastor's Daughter Provoked. You can grab that there as well. And also make sure y'all visit my pharmacy store. Grab y'all some of this delicious coffee called Delish. Okay, make sure y'all grab some of that delicious coffee, and so y'all could be sipping on your coffee in the mornings while we're doing these writing labs, just like your girl Delores, the pastor's daughter. I love y'all, and that's all I have for y'all tonight. Okay, well, today. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. I think you guys started wonderfully. So y'all continue to be great today, and remember, you are important to me. I need you to survive. Bye-bye for now. Let me give y'all some kisses. Bye-bye for now.